Good morning, everyone. Before we get into this morning's update, we have got to get into the biggest topic concerning us on this Sunday morning. As we know, the futures market will open up about 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so about 10 hours from now. The futures market will come back online, and the speculation is going into next week, about July 23rd roughly, the Ethereum ETF should be online. So how much volatility is that going to bring in, not just the crypto, but into Ethereum in itself? Is there going to be pullbacks? Are we going to get any kind of rally? The biggest talking point today for us is XRP. XRP yesterday, I dubbed it as the final chance to push past that 60.3 cents, or that 6.5-year downtrending resistance. Ultimately to try to push up to that 63.3 cents. And ultimately, after we finish those two levels, get up and over 65.4 cents and start a beautiful rally that we haven't seen in some time after breaking down these resistance barriers that go anywhere from 2 to 6.5 years. While that 60.3 cent rejection, that could be viewed as catastrophic. Now, I'm not going to go down that route just yet, but that was a brutal rejection at 60.3 cents roughly overnight. And that is something that we must break, that 6.5-year downtrending resistance. Otherwise, this pattern could be coming to an end much quicker than we would like to see. And that final chance hasn't ended yet because we're still in the same rotation. But that was a brutal rejection last night. Even coming up to the rising channel resistance that used to be support, we got rejected on. So it's not just, it's a one-off event. You can see that downtrending resistance. That 6.5-year downtrending resistance, after getting all of that consolidation on the inverse head and shoulders, initially failed. It doesn't mean it's been invalidated, this push up. It just means right now we are on life support. And if we break down and ultimately we come below 54 cents, this entire movement's invalidated. And likely we're going to end up finding ourselves back down near that 40-cent level. So we have to be very, very observant here on how this pattern is going to play out. Right now, it doesn't look great. We could have pulled, and it's something we speculated yesterday, that if it was bearish, we have to watch out for some warning signs, and we definitely got what looks like a Batman top. So if it does continue to pull down, it's never great. We were speculating that it would come up here one more time as it was going to complete a cup, which it did. So that's at least something, but we thought it was going to come all the way around. It did the cup. Now, is it doing some kind of handle would be the only question. If it is, we certainly don't want to fall much farther than below that 200-day. So it's hard to tell. Is this a very bearish setup now? Or is this more consolidation? We came up a couple times. Are we consolidating here for the final push up and out? That's what we're going to watch this morning. That's what we're going to watch during this thinly traded day until we get the futures market back online. And that's what we're going to watch going into the week, because XRP has had some volatility up and down. We know the closed door meeting is rescheduled for the 25th, I believe. I think it's Thursday. Yeah, I believe it's, let's see, 21st, Monday. Yeah, 25th, I believe it's Thursday. But that's when it's been rescheduled. Closed door meeting. A lot of people are talking settlement, which I don't think that's what's going on, because they're awaiting the judge's ruling. And the only way that Ripple would agree to any kind of settlement is the Judge Annalisa Perez would have to come out with a figure. They would have to agree to it and settle upon that number. So I don't think there's any closed door meeting to where them and the SEC are going to settle. I don't think the SEC could even do it. They're trying to save face. And Ripple, it does nothing for them to settle the points after spending almost 4 years in the court of law. So that's just where I personally stand. Please make sure to hit that like button so YouTube will recommend this update. It would be urgent for you to hit that like button. By you hitting that like button, newer and older viewers will find their way into the community. And on this morning's update, it's going to be very, very important here. So please make sure to hit that like button. I'll give you an opportunity to do that, and I'll catch you on the other side of the intro. Good morning, 8:28 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Sunday, July 21st, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So as we could see when we started this update, XRP's down below that 6.5-year trend line. We got a brutal rejection last night. If you wanted this to have a lot more volatility to the top side, the first thing we wanted was for us to push up, use this as a support structure and pull out. So basically do something like this and pile out. Right now what we're doing is we created what looks like a short-term cup. Could be building some kind of handle here. If it is, you're not going to want it to come much farther than this. So you want boom, 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 maybe bounce down to here and then out. But right now we have this inverse head and shoulders. We're back testing it as we speak. And if we want to bounce out, we're going to have to do it in the relatively short term. And we're not going to want to see much sell pressure. We don't have a lot of sell volume, which is the one good thing I'm noticing. Not a lot of sell volume. And the 30, it's a potential reversal candle, but it's just not showing a lot of steam here. We really wanted to be up towards that 58.5 cent mark. We're still struggling on the bottom side of this, so it probably, if it ends like this, isn't going to be the reversal candle that it toted out to begin with in the 30-minute. And then if we take a look into the longer time frames just to see exactly what's going on with this trend, 30-minute teased the reversal here. It did. It teased the reversal. We came down to 58.19, came up to 58.73, looking for a close around 58.50. We'll see because we'll see. Doesn't look like anything special because that 30-minute candle is closing. And it looks like it closed to the bottom side of this candle. I mean, about as low as you could to the bottom of this. Unless you wanted it engulfing back to the downside. But right now, it's looking slightly bearish here to start this morning. It's attempting to try to reverse this drop. But we've got to be very cautious. That's a Batman top there. That's a Batman top if it doesn't come back up in the relative short term. And then what it's going to do is show a short-term reversal pattern. If it were to pull down, it would look something like this. And then you might get some volatility and then back. But you can certainly see that this is not what you want to see. Got two peaks above, and it looks like it's rejected here temporarily. I can still see a short-term cup forming, but is it possible we got rejected before we could even materialize? You never know. So that's what I'm watching out this morning for. I'm looking to see if we can push past any of these levels, or if, in fact, this does pull down and then put in this big reversal pattern. It's not good, though, that we got rejected at 60.3 cents last night. It was about midnight 1 a.m. that we got rejected in that area, depending on where you live in the U.S. So it was something, for me personally, I was hoping wouldn't happen. We talked about the possibility of that double top and turning into a Batman, and we drew it out just like it came out. And that was to show if it went bearish. We also showed the bullish side of it as well. So don't think we just went bearish. We showed the bullish side as well. And had it have got on top of 60.1, then we could have worked on ourselves trying to get over the short-term areas, and then ultimately pushing back up to 63.35 cents, because that's the cup and handle it looked like it was working on, or the cup. We never got up there yet, though. We haven't invalidated this structure yet, but we certainly haven't got up there. A big step of just saying that this is a consolidatory moment would be to hold that 20-day. I mean, the 200-day and the 30-minute, which we have so far. But if we come back below 57.9, 57.8, it could invalidate this inverse head and shoulders. So we got to be very careful. And then if we got up to 63.35 and held, which would be the confirmation of a 6.5-year downtrend being busted, you break up to 60.1 cents over, so 60.3 roughly. You get the confirmation, or you signal a massive breakout. You need to get over 63.35 and hold to confirm that signal, and the technical target is about 70.96 cents. Unfortunately, right now, we were unable to get over 60.1 cents, which left us just shy of that 63.35 cent retest. And right now, we're in dire straits. If we come down too far, we're going to invalidate that inverse head and shoulders that's just below this. The neckline could technically bring you down somewhere near 55.64, but you're not really going to want to touch way down there unless you're really trying to shake everybody out. In my opinion, you're not going to want to come much lower than roughly this 56.8 cents if you're really trying to hold this. We don't even want it to go all the way down there, but if you're trying to have some kind of hold here and continue to rally out, we must hold this formation now. Bitcoin's down $187 to 66,952. It still looks like it's trying to play off of this gigantic bull flag. It's bounced off 66,216 twice, and now it's doing a little bit of consolidation. If this is a bull flag, it's going to bring us right up to about 71,000. We know we have a liquidity zone. So if you went short on Bitcoin when it was on the recent drop, when it was down near 56, 50, you know, in those areas, and a little bit higher, we have a liquidity zone right now of 73K. The short traders will be liquidated at a rate of about $6.5 billion. So if Bitcoin got up to 72, 73K area, $6.5 billion in Bitcoin shorts will be liquidated. So I've been speculating that ever since it was at 56, 54, whenever it was down there at the bottom, that we would come back up there for $1 grand retest at 73. And even if bearish, we'd come down there and liquidate all the shorts, and that could give us that ability to either power through to all-time highs, or that would give us the strength as everybody sells out there to crash Bitcoin farther than it was before and have that final double top there, or what you could call it as a one last attempt up there at 73K that failed. So that's what I'm watching for Bitcoin. I think it'd be quite interesting if they left all that liquidity up there that could be liquidated through leverage traders. All those short traders' liquidation is just sitting there waiting for the market manipulators to steal from people. And I have no doubt in my mind that that is what they're attempting to do. That doesn't look very bearish out of Bitcoin. That looks like we broke out of a cup and handle, put in the handle, and now we're pushing up and back testing the breakout. So this doesn't look too bad. It looks like on the onset here, we had a little bit of consolidation, but it does look like we're trying in the 2 hourly to try to reverse this very, very quickly. A little bit bearish on that candle, but that doesn't mean it can't power through 67K and start to reverse the trend here. Now, while I have your attention, I'd like to take one quick look at Ethereum. It's something that I've been watching very closely to possibly take out a leverage trade going into the week. We have a nice W reversal formed here. Down here at about 3,363. And right now we're at about 3,400 and right around 3,497. So this little reversal here is about 3.74. It's going to be tough here. You'd have to take some faith here on Ethereum, but we'll see if it does play out. That very well could be a bull flag that plays us in to next week. And with the Ethereum ETF, supposedly the exchange traded funds going online next week. And I only say supposedly or hypothetically until it actually comes about. Just like the closed door meeting last week was supposed to be confirmed, but then it got changed the morning of. So, you know, and it's all skeptical. You know, it's all hearsay or hypothetical until it actually happens. So we'll see if the Ethereum ETF goes online. And if it does, this very well could be playing out as a massive bullish candle or bullish consolidation. Because I will say, it's already had this cup formed. And now it looks like it's building a little bit. If it bulls out of here, it could bull out. So boom, consolidation down, back around. And then it could just swing out here with a lot of momentum. If it does anything similar to Bitcoin, we could be looking at a $5,000 Ethereum before we even realize it. Because once the Bitcoin ETF came online after a dump down right before leading up to it, just like Ethereum, it had an explosive move, as we know, from about 38K all the way up to 73. Ethereum 3,500 to 5,000 I don't think would be that hard if a lot of liquidity is coming in. So we'll have to see how that plays out through those markets. And then just remember with XRP, we had the XRP Bitcoin pairing. Yesterday we have an inverse head and shoulders building. It has not been invalidated yet. The inverse head and shoulders is not invalidated. So don't think it's been invalidated. We came down, but it can be invalidated if you break past 849 especially. You really don't want to give up this neckline at 865 because you're trying to show some kind of support in that formation. But after a brief push up here twice, we double topped here at around the 905 level. That's the only thing that could stop this pattern right now, is the fact that we did double top and that could bring in an excessive amount of sell pressure by retail. Sometimes when you do put in these double tops, even if they're in short-term formations, retail gets very nervous and they start dumping out their holdings. Once that happens, you can start pulling, it can start opening up some liquidity zones. And then once the whales start to see retail start to shake a little bit, if they're up nice amount in profits, they'll sell off some holdings, and then they'll reassess it when retail starts buying again, and then they'll just pick up the shares again a little bit cheaper. It's rinse and repeat for the whales. They've got a lot of money, so they're looking for trends. Right now, they could start dumping into this trend because they know they could get it a little bit cheaper because it would incite a retail frenzy. The fear and greed is a little too high on Bitcoin. The greed's taking over a little bit. So a correction, is not unnecessary. But we are in a very pivotal moment in crypto. Very pivotal. This week is going to be very important. We need to see how we react with the Ethereum ETFs. There's been a lot of rumors about a lot of other altcoins that'll get an ETF. But right now, the next on the chopping block, which should be no surprise to anybody, is Ethereum. With everybody who's in the audience, if you are familiar with the Hinman documents, you understand this is nothing more than manipulation. You understand that this is nothing more than a shaking hands behind the scenes. And you realize that Ethereum is on the same page as Bitcoin when it comes to no matter what, there's unfound clarity because they already have back-end deals, so there's no way around it. XRP already has a deal with big business, big government, and Ripple, so to say, more in particular. That's why it's being slowed down, and that's why we're being implemented through the USA in a way that they want, and it's going to line up 100% exactly with the digital era. So that's why it makes it very interesting if you're trading cryptocurrency in the USA. Speaking of trading cryptocurrency, before I leave, if you're looking to trade XRP in the USA or worldwide, or many other cryptos, look at BITUNIX in the video description below and or pinned comments. Lowest spot and leverage trading fees in the USA. Abroad, I'm not sure because I don't live abroad. You don't need to do a VPN or KYC. Only KYC if you send or receive from a bank account. You don't need to do a KYC if you're sending from another exchange. And then if you're looking to trade the XRP Bitcoin pairing, if you're looking for IOTA, IOTX, Casper, and many others, and a more advanced ecosystem, there's HOTCOIN as well in the video description below and or pinned comments. You don't need a VPN or KYC there either. Same rules apply. USA users welcome and worldwide. So make an educated and informed decision there. You can copy trade me on HOTCOIN. We're up better than 62% in our copy trades. We started with a $100 challenge. It's up over 100 and actually we're up over 63% as it's up over $163. So I'm happy about that. So you can follow me there. If you appreciate my work, consider joining Tom's Army and getting the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens in month 1. That is my face superimposed on that emoji badge. And stay in the Army until you get the over 3 years, as the 3-year emoji badge is the XRP Diamond Hands. We had one person in the live last night who had the Diamond Hands badge, which was awesome to see, as that's the most dedication you could actually show by having that kind of longevity. You can send a YouTube super chat if you feel inclined, as a way to pay it forward, and I would greatly, greatly appreciate that. So I'll leave you with this morning. If you're watching XRP or your favorite crypto, you must watch XRP to see this current rotation. If we, for whatever reason, come down and break 54 cents, this inverse head and shoulders is 100% invalidated. If we break below 55.4 cents, the neckline has been broken, and that it breaks the stability of the pattern. With Bitcoin, right now we need to start reversing here in the immediate short term so that Bitcoin can try to finish off this push to 70 or possibly 73K. If we see Bitcoin come below 64,000 area, not a great sign. In fact, you don't want to see much more reversals from here because we are putting a slightly bearish overtone here. And that is not a good sign. But as I've stated since the opening, we have not fallen completely bearish. These inverse head and shoulders patterns have not broken down yet, and we have not broke the key structural support yet. The farther down we go, though, the more likely it is we'll break down. Unfortunately, XRP got rejected for that second time at 60.3 cents on the 6.5-year trend line. So now XRP is going to have to work to push past bullish. We're going to have to work ourselves back bullish. We haven't broken down yet, but that is not a good sign that we've got that double top there. So we've got to, in the immediate short term, fix this. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join the over 22,300 subscribers. And make sure to hit that like button on the way out so YouTube recommends this update. Hashtag be better, do better if you made it until the end in the comments.